So, my friends, it appears that after all the drama, Democrat House members fleeing the states, hiding out, it's all over. The new gerrymandering for Texas is complete.
Breaking tonight, Texas Republican legislators have just won their fight over redistricting. Just moments ago, the state House vote is now final. The bill aims to provide 5 additional congressional seats for the GOP. Correspondent Gerrymandering shows us what's happening from Austin, Texas tonight.
So after all the whining, after all the crying, after all the stupidity, hiding, running away, it inevitably happens. The sniveling, whining Democrats return back to their state, just like they did with Governor Scott Walker in Wisconsin almost a decade ago. And it passed after all the drama. Color me not surprised. This is from the Post-Millennial discussing this. Texas House passes redistricting plan, creating 5 GOP majority seats. The bill now moves to the Texas Senate for approval. The Texas House approved the House Bill 4 on Wednesday, advancing a Republican-led redistricting proposal that could secure the party up to 5 additional U.S. House seats. The vote follows hours of sharp debate that centered on race, representation, and the legality of partisan gerrymandering, which of course is retarded because both parties have been doing gerrymandering for pretty much as long as I can remember, and the Democrat Party only seems to care about it when the Republicans are in power and vice versa. It's just what politics is. But this was a result that I had no doubt from beginning to end we were going to arrive at. No matter how much the Democrats were going to scream about it, eventually they were going to have to come home, and when they did, this would pass. Now, Representative Todd Hunter said that the goal of the new maps was to improve Republican political performance. Ding, 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 of course. Just like Mr. Newsom wants to do in California. Hunter argued that the proposal complies with federal law and noted that it included 4 districts in which Latino voters make up the majority. The proposal, approved on a 88-52 vote, would reshape district lines in a way that could flip as many as 5 Democrat-held seats to the GOP, and this is just standard political theater. The vote came after Democrats spent hours offering amendments to blunt the impact of the bill. Naturally, a continuation of the tactics they have used throughout the redistricting fight, including fleeing the state like a bunch of earlier this year in a failed quorum break. The Democrats who fled the state in order to block the redistricting vote returned to Austin after 2 weeks, which of course was going to be the inevitable outcome. So, what a waste of time. The Texas House Democratic Caucus said in a statement that its members returned to work on Monday to launch the next phase in their fight against the racist gerrymander that provoked. What is up with these people? Everything is racism. Everything is Nazism. It's so old. It's so boring. It's your basic standard Karenocracy tactic, and it never works anymore. After 40 frickin' years of racism, people have finally gotten tired of it. The gig is up. The DEI movement killed the word racist. It doesn't hold any weight anymore. Anyway, they said that this provoked a weeks-long standoff with Governor Greg Abbott and President Trump. Earlier this year, President Donald Trump suggested that redistricting in Texas could yield as many as 5 seats for the GOP in the House come the 2026 midterm elections, when Abbott called for a special session to vote on a measure to redraw congressional lines. Many of the Democrat state lawmakers fled the state, meaning that there was not a quorum present in the state legislature and that voting could not move forward. This is a common Democrat tactic. Case in point, let's go back in time. Let's go look at Governor Scott Walker. This, my friends, is all the way back in 2011. The Democrat Party was a lot stronger, by the way, back then. They tried to take over the Capitol with their paid-for mobs. And when that didn't work, when they couldn't threaten Governor Scott Walker enough to get him to capitulate, they once again fled. This is an interesting story from NPR. A group of Democratic lawmakers in Wisconsin blocked passage of a sweeping anti-union bill Thursday by ignoring rules or orders to attend a vote. Instead, they fled the state to force Republicans to negotiate over the proposal. Well, look at that. We're literally repeating history 2011. And here we are in 2025, and the Democrat Party plays the same frickin' playbook that they always do. And guess what? It also failed then too. They don't seem to ever learn from the mistakes. It's only a tactic that works if you have a bunch of pussies and cowards who are willing to back off. And both in the case of Governor Scott Walker and Governor Greg Abbott and the GOP, their minds were made up on this. And I also find it interesting because if, for example, Donald Trump gets his way and we have another census, and you do this after, say, maybe 10, 15, 20 million people are removed, and or if you adjust the rules so that you don't count non-citizens, which I don't know why in the hell you would want to count non-citizens in your census anyway, as far as being used as a way to give more House seats. It's ridiculous and absurd, and it never should have been allowed, and Trump tried to block it in his first term and was stopped. But I do wonder, whenever there's mass deportation, when enough of these people are kicked out of the country, what is going to happen to the Democrat Party? And I also wonder if we manage to ban and block mail-in voting, which is a method that is rife with potential fraud, what happens when that's gone? What happens when you can't game the system and people have to actually go and vote? I wonder if the Democrat Party is going to get decimated here. They're already in full retreat. They've already become the party of retards, the party of hate, the party of FUs, the party of DEI, aka retards. What they're already falling apart now. If you get rid of their methods that they use to help prop themselves up, illegal immigration, giving them extra House seats, being able to get rid of mail-in voting, and also get rid of electronic voting so that honesty is going to be the name of the game. I wonder if the Democrat Party is going to win anything for the next couple of decades if all these chess pieces align. We'll have to see, but I would be fascinated to find out. So, yep, after all the crying, after all the screaming by the Democrat Party, well, the gerrymandering continues. Now, I should also point out that the Texas House Democrat caucus is threatening the Republicans, Governor Abbott, over this racist gerrymandering. And they're saying, don't delete your emails, don't delete your text messages. And they are planning their legal attempts to stop this. But something tells me that the Republicans are going to get their way. And quite possibly, you might see other states, Republican-held states, follow suit, which I think, from a political standpoint, they should do. You need to run up the score with these people. Because right now, the Democrat Party that you and I probably grew up with, the Democrat Party of the 90s, they're gone. They're dead. Right now, they're the party of craziness, the party of socialism, communism, the party of hate. If they were to get into power now, the people that are running this Democrat Party today, they would try to enact revenge on the American people for not giving them perpetual power. I think it would be very dangerous for the American people right now if the Democrat Party were to resume power anytime soon until they've been reformed. Because the party has become, in many ways, dangerous. Not as a whole, perhaps, but a lot of the young blood, a lot of the radicals within the party that have pushed it to the extremist fringe that they are now, those people should never have access to power. So we'll see what happens. But, Texas gets their way.